Welcome to the first series of the tutorials. In this section we'll just be looking at Maya LT. For all of you who ran through the blocking out your scene stage where we did an introduction to Maya for modelling for games, we have switched over to using Maya LT, which Maya LT is a stripped down version of the software that is specifically designed for use within the games industry. It comes at a cheaper rate for subscription, and it strips out all of the unnecessary sort of visual effects elements that aren't really needed for games production. So just a quick look at the difference. Obviously for people who've come straight from the Maya 2015, you'll see that there's an overhauled interface, so you may still want to catch up and actually watch our new tutorial, which is the introduction to Maya LT tutorial. Obviously we're running the Maya LT 2016 version at the moment, and we'll just have a look on Autodesk's website and we'll look at the difference between Maya and Maya LT. So as far as subscriptions go, there's no real differences. Pay-as-you-go access, up-to-date software, online support and scalable licensing if you're needing it for a small studio. As far as 3D modeling support goes, pretty much again no difference than the standard Maya, and it offers you all of the features that Maya offers you as far as modeling goes. We're going down into the UV and texturing workflow, and we can see that there are a few differences here. Most of the UV texturing tools are all there, but we do have a missing Photoshop file. Support is missing, and the transfer maps are missing, but we still have general baking options available to us. Obviously now as we go down we'll see a few differences now. Whereas we go to 3D animation, we have all keyframing, graph editor and dope sheet editors available to us. We have set driven keys, editable motion trails available, but we're missing the tracks, animation editor, animation layers. We're missing the atom animation file save and loads. We have point constraint, aim constraint, orient constraint, which are all related to your rigging that you may want to do. And then we're missing scale constraints, geometry constraints, normal constraint, tangent constraints. We have pole vectors, like again anything really related to a rigging system and a full IK system we're not losing out on. Animation rigging and deformation, non-linear deformation, lattice deformers, blend shapes, all available to us, but then some of the basic sort of more visual effects based elements are missing, like the jiggle deformers and things like that. Okay, which are generally things that can't be baked into the game engine animation workflow. We will obviously, when we cover the animation for games in a later section, we'll be covering sort of all of these areas anyway for you. So point on curve deformer available, wrinkle deformers missing, texture deformers that are all available, and then substitution geometry tool and the muscle systems are missing, again more visual effects related areas. All the camera sequences are all missing, again because we're not going to be really baking any camera animation stuff in there. Viewports and shading, third party viewport rendering override isn't available, but we do have all the DirectX, HLSL and CGFX support, and the walk tool is still available to us. Okay, as far as rendering goes, mental renderer no, vector renderer no, hardware renderer no, turtle renderer no, the IPR no, but again we have all the hypershade, shader FX and the colour management's all available to us as well there. And then again we can see we're starting to strip out more and more things which are dynamic effects, again more of your kind of higher end visual effects stuff, but we're still retaining our meld scripting, and we've got all of our send to Unity, send to Mudbox, which is obviously definitely needed. We've got interaction with Adobe Illustrator, but again we've got no render layers, compositing tree, because again more visual effects based. Enhanced path handling, so we have all of our paths which can be just linked up for linking up things easily, and Maya composite missing. Camera tracking we do have there, and we do have Mac support as well in there. Okay, so you can see we're stripping out a lot of the areas that are really unnecessary, but other than that the software pretty much runs as you'd expect it to run. Like I say, we are changing a massive change to a different version. We can see they've overhauled the interface hugely. So anybody who, even if they are aware of using Maya from the previous tutorials, may want to take a refresher just to look at actually how they have changed Maya 2016, and with that Maya LT as well.